Hi everybody, I haven't seen you for a little while because I've been very busy, and I have been concentrating on getting my second book, Connected Kids, out and published, which it is now. I'm over the moon, absolutely over the moon. It's an ebook format at the moment, so it means you can read it on your computer, your phone or Kindle, but we also are hoping to have it in a printed version by the end of the year. So I felt that I wanted to perhaps do a little meditation to help us cope with all the trauma that's going on in the world at the moment. If you're like me, then perhaps you find it really overwhelming to watch the news. And I do think we have a duty to watch the news. I think that we should be aware of what's going on in other countries. And if you're a healer or somebody who does meditation and you think, oh, I can't watch this, I feel that you're turning your back on people, and it's really important for you to acknowledge the pain and the suffering that people are going through. I find it very difficult to watch the news. I don't find it easy at all. But what I started to do is to use my skills with meditation to help me go through that, and also my healing skills as well. I send healing thoughts to those situations as often as I can. And when we work with our awareness that way, we actually give ourselves a little bit more peace, because sometimes the media can present such negative information in a way that we feel quite helpless and overwhelmed, and then that just feeds into the rest of our life. So this short meditation taster is one where you can actually feel a little bit better within yourself and feel that you're doing something very positive to help the world at large. When I was on a retreat with Thich Nhat Hanh, a prolific writer of meditation, a few years ago, and he talked about how before we can help anyone else, we must look after ourselves. And it made me think about how we can be good guardians of this planet. I read something the other day where Steve Jobs says, I'm not trying to be a spiritual person, I'm just trying to be a good person. And I think that's really what it comes down to, but trying to be the best that we can be with what we have at this moment in time. But we start with ourselves. So when we're starting to try and bring any peace into the world, although we want to project it towards the rest of the world, we really have to start with ourselves. We start with looking after ourselves, getting enough sleep, drinking enough water, cutting down on caffeine and all the other stimulants that we have in our life, but also taking time to just be in our space and be as peaceful as we can be. And then perhaps we extend those peaceful thoughts a little bit further out towards our family. And if we can do that, it means that we are extending it towards them. We're in a good place ourselves, but we extend it towards them. And then after that, we have our community. And our community could consist of our neighbours or our friends, even people that we don't know, even people that we don't like. We start to extend the meditation outwards towards them. And then finally we extend it further to throughout the world and the planet and everyone who lives on it. And that helps us be very good guardians of this planet. So if you'd like to join me in this short meditation, then practice it as often as you can, once a day or once a week or as often as you can. And I've been doing it and I find it really helpful, and I know through the power of thought that it can make a huge difference to those who are suffering just now, to know that people are, in essence, praying for them, sending them those positive thoughts of love and peace and kindness, which they're not experiencing physically at that moment in time. So if you like to get into a meditation position where you have your feet on the ground or your base of your spine on the ground if you're sitting there, and just have your eyes closed, and just come into your breath. And I just want you to focus on your breath as you breathe in and out, because the breath is the anchor. The breath is the anchor in every moment, so that when our fear or our minds take over and it drags us off down an alleyway of negativity, we just guide ourselves back towards the breath. The breath is the anchor in this moment. We can acknowledge those feelings and thoughts that come up, but we just let them go and come back to the breath. So I want you to just choose a part of your body where you feel fear, where you notice fear when you think about those terrible things that are going on in the world. Because even though they seem to be in a different place, every time you think about them, you cause yourself a little bit of stress. So let's take our attention to that part of our body and just imagine that we could breathe directly in and out that part of the body. So breathing in, just think about the word peace, and breathing out, thinking about the word love. And it's really as simple as that. Just breathing in the word peace and breathing out the word love, in and out that part of our body, until we feel it start to relax, which it will in a little while. Just give it time. And we just imagine that the energy of those words is flowing with each breath, in and out. It's flowing in and out of our body, this part of our body, and it's helping it to relax, helping it to become more solid and grounded, supported and safe. Just breathing in the word peace and breathing out the word love. And maybe allowing your breath to become that little bit longer with each in-breath and each out-breath. So that you can see or feel the words moving in and out with each breath. Acknowledge your thoughts as they come up, but just let them go. And then shift your attention, if you can, up towards your chest, if you're not already there. And do the same thing. Just breathe in the word peace and breathe out the word love. And these words are just for you. They're just for you in this moment in time, in this single breath. We're not sharing them with anyone at the moment. We're just filling ourselves up with the energy of peace with each in-breath, and we're surrounding ourselves with the energy of love with each out-breath. And we're doing that again and again and again. We're doing that so that we can be solid and supported and grounded. Because when we take care of ourselves, we can take care of others. So just letting the energy of those words move in and out of your body, but through the chest this time. Then I want you to think about your family, members of your family that you love, maybe ones that challenge you too. I want you to think about them all just sitting in your chest right now. Imagine they're like little people that are packed inside your chest, in the area of the heart centre. And whatever you think about them, like or dislike about them, just let them sit there right now. And as you breathe in, remember the word peace, and as you breathe out, remember the word love. So this time when you're breathing in the energy of peace to all those members of your family that are sitting in your chest. And you choose who goes there. But the more that you can place there, the more peace is for them and for you. And each time you breathe out the word love, you just imagine that like a blanket of love being put round their shoulders, again and again with each breath. Breathing in the word peace, breathing out the word love. No matter what slights or comments they've made, what difficulties you've had with them, just breathing in the word peace, surrounding them, breathing out the word love. Imagining that peaceful breath surrounding them, that loving breath surrounding them, as they sit with your imagination in your chest, being embraced by the in and out breath each time, being soothed by it. And then I want you to think about your community. I want you to think about your friends, your neighbours, even the people that you don't know. I live in the city of Edinburgh, so I'm going to invite the thought of everybody in Edinburgh just sitting in my chest, in my heart centre. You might imagine them like little pinpricks of light can't imagine their faces, you think there's not enough room there. Just imagine them all sitting in your chest, sitting in this area of your body, and doing the same thing, breathing in the word peace and breathing out the word love. And just surrounding all those people, known and unknown, with the energy of peace and love with each breath. When your mind starts to take hold and challenge or question, just acknowledge all those things. Just come back to the breath, breathing in the word peace and breathing out the word love. And just watch the feelings or thoughts that come up and just let them pass. Just continue to let the energy of those words connect with your breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And then I want you to think about something that you've heard on the news that really troubles you. Maybe it's the conflict in Gaza. Maybe it's something else that's going on in the news. A news story you heard that really upset you. I want you to think about that situation, and I want you to imagine that sitting in your chest just now. Often when we are new to meditation, we're not quite sure why we do that, but it has a very powerful healing effect for us and for those that we are thinking about. So just imagine, even if it's just the words, or maybe it's a face that you've seen, or it represents this, or an image, or whatever it is. And breathe in the words peace, and breathe out the words love. And imagine the energy of those words just surrounding and flowing through that situation. Perhaps it makes you really aware of how deeply you feel this. That's okay. If any strong emotions arise, just surround them too in the energy of the words peace and love. Let them come up, let them pass. Don't push them down. Surrounding them with each peaceful breath and each loving breath. Even if your mind tells you this doesn't work, why are you doing this? Just acknowledge those thoughts, just let them go, and just do it anyway. And notice how you feel as you do it. Notice what happens as you breathe in the word peace and breathe out the word love. And now I want you to just think of the whole world, the whole planet, our home. Earth is our home. Earth provides us with everything that we have, the air that we breathe, the water we drink, the food, the shelter, everything comes from the earth. Even our bodies are made of the same matter as the earth. So imagine an image of the earth, this beautiful jewel in the universe. Just imagine it in your chest, in your heart center. And as you do that, just breathe in the word peace and breathe out the word love. And just surround the earth in that loving, that peaceful breath, again and again and again. And then let just your breath relax, return to normal. Let the image of the earth stay there, let it dissolve from your imagination. And then just Notice the normal rise and fall of your chest with each breath. Notice how your body feels, the state of your mind, how your emotions are at this moment. And then when you're ready, you can think about wiggling your fingers and toes and opening your eyes. It's not a very long meditation, and you can actually, once you learn the whole sequence, you can practice this without me guiding you, and you can make it as long as you wish. I find it a very powerful meditation for just helping me have a more peaceful day, but also to cope with any difficult, bad, traumatic news, either personal actually, or things I see and hear in the media. Because I believe that where we put our thoughts, energy goes. So if we think fearful, negative thoughts, we're just really fueling that. If we can, through the power of our intention, our thoughts, our breath, it really does make a huge, huge difference. And especially when we feel there's nothing else we can do. I mean, sometimes I've even found that during a meditation like this, I get inspired with an idea that I never had before, and maybe you'll have one of those. Maybe you'll think, I want to do this to help whoever it is, whether they are near or far. And it was certainly through that meditation that I came up with this idea of guiding people to do this. So thank you very much for taking part in it. I really, really appreciate your time, and I hope that you'll join me for another meditation sometime soon. Thank you, and have a great day.